But, all right, greetings, listeners. You are now listening to Contested Chats Episode 1. I'm one of your hosts, Brad. I'm joined here by Heian. Easy Lion could not be here for today's podcast. He was caught with something today. But how you doing, Heian?
I am doing like a Tijuana whore. I'm making money, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it through the day.
Again, that is a very interesting way of saying things.
Thank you.
All right then. All right, today's topic will be based on strange dreams. Good dreams, bad dreams. Just dreams that make you wake up at night saying, "What the fuck?" or "Why the fuck? Why did I just get out of there? I want to stay in there a couple more hours." So, Ham, why don't you go first?
Okay, well, I guess I should probably talk about the creepy dream because I already brought it up in another podcast. I have a lot of freaky dreams, so this is gonna get really
dream?
weird.
Oh yeah, that was just
like this shit is gonna get like insanely creepy. So just hold on for it. So I had this dream recently where I was abducted by aliens. Actually, I've had about 6 dreams now where I've been abducted by aliens ever since I moved. And I'm not gonna say where I moved, but since I moved. I am just being straightforward and honest, and they are the creepiest things ever. So first, I just I close my eyes, I sleep down. Next
like normal people do.
I wake up, and I'm facing the ceiling, and I usually completely sleep on my side. And there are these little gray fuckers with really big eyes leaning over me, and I'm like, you fuckers don't belong in my house. And so then I get up and I'm like, get the fuck out, and then I realize they're not in my house, and I'm not in my house, and I'm in some sort of like weird like base type compound. And then I'm like, where the fuck is my family? I beat the shit out of them. I break the restraint that's holding my right arm down. They haven't secured my left yet. As this one really tall alien with long, flowing red hair and big eyes stares up from the top, and then I stare at her, and then I start hearing a voice inside my head, and it's screaming really loud, Noah, remember, please stop, don't. And I'm just fucking up these aliens like left and right, and this is the creepiest one. I'm telling you right now. There are others. And then I end up running down this hallway, breaking through more of them, and I end up pushing a button and falling, and I don't know what's grabbed me, but something's grabbed me, and then I just blank the fuck out and wake up in my bed. And then I've had like dreams like 6 times in a row after that, and a few times now and again where I'm literally talking to aliens, and it has me scared shitless. So yeah.
I can imagine so. I've actually had an alien dream myself, but not as hardcore. My actual latest alien dream was it's again like most people do. I went to sleep, went to bed, went to sleep in my room, just having a good night's sleep, and then I just feel like I wake up, and then everything feels realistic. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Can't move my body. I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna have one of these alien dreams again. If I look up and I see like this giant gray alien peeking through my doorway, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to fight him. I don't know why I'm thinking like I have to fight this guy immediately. It's probably because he was like a stranger in my house.
Yeah,
you don't just wake up and say hi.
Like, our immediate idea is let's fuck these guys up, not hey man, let's talk about this. Do you want to, a soda? I have one in the fridge. No, our immediate thought is these gray fuckers need to stay the fuck away from me.
Again, I mean, they're trespassing. They're in my house. I didn't ask them to be there.
I mean, it's completely stupid. It's like murdered these fuckers, and I'm still like breathing. Like I'm thinking to myself, like that fucker's dead. I stabbed him. Like they're gonna come back for revenge. Like that was my thought the next day. I don't know about you, but mine was like, holy fuck, they're gonna get revenge.
Oh no, but my dream again. My dream wasn't extreme. So while I was trying to actually move my body, the alien was just trying to just say hey, psst, over here, man. Hey, I tell you something. And I'm like looking at him, and then he just says, You're an alien too. And I just start moving. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's cool then. And I just walk over to him, like, give him a high five, give him a dab, like, so what's going on, man? And I just wake up, and I'm just like, and when I wake up, I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I guess that was a really chill dream. And now I'm actually kind of hoping to see that guy again because we could just talk. I'm like, dude, I'm an alien too? I mean, do I get a spaceship? I mean, I would really like the one from either, like, from Guardians of the Galaxy. That was really cool. Or, like, the one from Lilo and Stitch. No, drive around the universe.
See, I would want the stereotypical
Go to Space Wars.
Because that would, like, scare the shit out of people. Like, I don't want one of the cool looking ones. I want one of the ones that looks like a fucking frisbee.
Oh, when you said Martians, I thought you were talking about the one where the aliens with like they had like glass jars on their head and had like brains. What was it?
Oh yeah.
They died. I remember them dying from country music.
Yeah, it was yodeling.
Yodeling. That when I first saw that and saw them, I was like, oh my god, that scared me so much. Just the way they looked. They were stupid, but they just scared the crap out of me.
I hate horror films, but I love horror comedies. So that like is the best one. I actually do love like early horror, but like modern horror, I hate the shit out of it. So like I'll watch like the Psycho and stuff, but that was the shit. So yeah.
What's your next dream?
Well,
Not to get off topic.
I should talk about my happiest dream. But that's probably X-rated, so I'll talk about my second happiest dream.
Okay.
Which was the first time I flew in a dream. It was pretty awesome. I used to have a bed in my dad's house that led up to like the outside. Above it was the roof to the kitchen. And I occasionally would walk out there when nobody's paying attention and stare at the stars. Anyway, I was doing that in the dream because, it's pretty badass on the roof. I mean, I was allowed to do it. I just wasn't supposed to do it because it wasn't safe.
Wait, you were not supposed to fly in your dreams?
Oh, no. I flew in the fucking dreams, but they haven't had that strict of rules.
Wait,
although
didn't allow you to fly in your dreams?
I'm surprised like no one's been like, you are no longer allowed to dream that. Which would be fairly reasonable. But anyway, I got on the roof, and I started jumping, and then once I jumped, I then jumped for a minute, and then I didn't fall. And then I was like, oh, cool, this is a fucking dream. And then I ended up, like, flying around. I was like a fucking meta-human, was, like, jumping from building to building. And then, like in the moment, I was, like, totally aware that it was a dream. But then I, like, landed, and I said, waved hi to my dad, turned around, and a tractor-trailer ran over my foot. And then I pretended like I was injured because I was a meta-human, even though I know it's like a completely bullshit dream. I'm like, nah, I gotta pretend like my foot's injured now, so I can't let this guy know. Even though I was just like flying around like 10 minutes ago without a mask. They could totally see who I am.
Okay.
So yeah, that was my happiest dream I can talk about on a YouTube. Without getting flagged.
I like how you just said like the test that I could fly. I went to the roof of my house and just jumped and just checked. I didn't know if I was dreaming or not. I just went to the roof
and then jumped.
Oh my fucking god. Well, I've told you about my dreams before. Some of my dreams before, but actually I haven't told you this one. This is actually because I'm a lucid dreamer. Most people don't know this, but I'm a lucid dreamer. I've told you a bit about it. Hey, it's actually pretty for me to.
I want that so bad, and I can't get it.
I mean, one of the ways to do it. Actually, I should probably tell you this. First time I learned how to just become God in my dreams, because I can easily become lucid, but I can't just do crazy shit like go through walls or like tell people automatically what to do. But the first time I actually did that, I did the simplest thing, and that was just to like ask myself or ask my dream myself. I was on the. Let me start the dream. It's basically I was at my old apartment when I was like in middle school, and I was basically jump on the roof, and for some reason Ed and Eddie were there, and apparently I was one of I was the father of like some ugly kid made by some other superhero, and I was like, "Cool, son, be the best villain you can be." And I just jumped on the roof of a school, and then I thought I was like, "Wait, I'm dreaming." So I looked out into the sunset, and shit you not, I said, "Hey, me, I want to know the secret to life. No, I want to know the secret of me." And then I just automatically gained all this knowledge about how to manipulate my dream. I was like, okay, I'm God now. Let me just fly through buildings while phasing through them and shatter glass with my mind and reverse time and all this. I was like, I'm a God. But then I went to one person in my dream, and I was like, I want to brag to this person, brag to this woman, and then I was like, hey. I was like, hey, guess what? I'm a God. I can do whatever I want. And then she was like, I don't care. And I was like, what? And then actually just reversed time and everything. Nothing happened to her though. I was like, I reversed time. I was like, that's not special. I was like, could you do this? And she was like, no, but that's not cool. I'm like, and then I just made like a tornado, some storms, and then I was like, what about now? I was like, no. And then I was like, okay. She went to a taxi, and then the taxi crashed. I saved her life, and I was just like, what about now? Like, are you okay? She was like, and just stood there, woke up, and I was like, that dream was awesome, but she was a bitch. I wasn't trying to get anything out of it. I just wanted to say, hey, awesome, I have superpower. It's almost like if I walked up to this guy and said, hey, I can fly, you'd think like, oh, that's amazing. Not like, seen that before. That's not special.
Bitch. So what? You can cure cancer in this world. Fuck off.
And then the taxi driver was impressed too, but she was the only person in my dream who was like, that's not, you ain't shit.
You ain't shit. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Oh my god, that's pretty wild. Okay, so I guess my second dream I should talk about is the time I saw the Wendigo in my sleep. That was some pretty scary shit. Wait. So this was like a day or two before my great grandfather died. It was a really creepy dream. I was in a playground with my parents. I went over to go say hi to him. Then all of a sudden, this giant shape-shifting clawed-looking monster steps out of nowhere, horns, all sorts of fucked up shit, and then my grandfather's like, "Run now!" No, and I'm running down the corridors, and I open up the door to this like house to try to get the fuck out. I banged on it. It finally just tried to open up the door. It opens up. I run through. I'm on this parking lot. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how fuck I lost that word. And I'm on this parking lot, and the monster basically, and then he's running behind me, and he gets just like straight up murdered by this creature, like in front of me. Like it is like the most vivid thing. Like I'm like 3 at the time. Okay. Like, I am really, really little, and I am watching this man that I know this man which I'm related to, that I care about, being ripped to shreds in front of me by this giant, squalling, horned monster at his shape-shifting powers. Okay.
Wow.
Ooh. And then I'm still running, right? It comes around, it gets in front of me somehow, and then I run back, it claws me across my chest, and literally right then and there is when I wake up. But here's the creepy part. I have dreams where I can see and feel stuff. My chest had red marks, scratch marks going across the top, like 3 of them, in a pattern of scratch. I went to go tell my mom, she's like, where'd you get that? I'm like, I was attacked by a Wendigo. That's what me and her did. And she's like, stop fucking lying. That shit, that's not funny. It's like, no, I was, like, in my dream. And I described it. And you know what? Then I ended up getting the psychiatric help I probably still need. But it was fucked up, because she was just like, what the fuck? When I woke up the next day, the scars were there. I showed was like, uh-huh.
What about now? Do you tell her that dream now? What does she think of it now?
She just thinks I'm crazy like always.
Like, you want to attack by Wendigo?
She's like, are you taking your medication? Yes. They're antidepressants, not
Uh,
antipsychotics. It's like, yeah, okay. But, you know.
okay. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's a pretty fucked up dream. Just family member just gets mauled by a monstrous creature right in front of you, and you were like 3 years old.
Yeah, I was 3 years old. I only remember it because it was so fucking vivid and painful. And I mean painful. Like, I woke up screaming. The scars were still technically bleeding until I went into the house, and then they had sealed up, but there was like a little bit of blood. It was bad. Some
Oh
scary
well.
shit.
I mean, I might as well talk about a dream that I got hurt into. Actually, quite a few dreams. This was especially prevalent during high school because I got into a few fights. But what happened to me in my dreams never happened to me in real life. Every time my dreams, most of my dreams in high school were about me getting stabbed randomly, or just by this random thug or something like that, or just random a teacher, whatever. Like my dream starts, I'm like, okay, cool, and I go to a cul-de-sac or something, and then some guy starts to fight with me. Like, okay, that's pretty average.
Yep.
I'm being nice. I'm hitting him, and then he pulls out a knife. I'm like, fuck. And then you know when in your dream you're like, okay, cool. I can still fight this guy. You just move so slow. And like, why am I moving so slow? And when the guy's moving normal speed, I'm like, fuck, this is gonna hurt. And I just get stabbed a few times. I'm just like, fuck, why am I getting stabbed so many times in a dream? To the point in my dreams where when I was in high school, I was like, okay, this guy wants to fight me. And then I feel like I'm slowing down a bit. I should probably go the other way. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, fuck, I'm too slow. I tried to run, and it was like, cool. Walks in front of me, just stabs me, looks me in the eye. I'm like, I wake up like, ah, damn it. Every night, not every night, but most of the nights
In high school. No, I
get
get you.
stabbed every night.
Well, you're like me too.
Oh,
All your dreams are like visual, right? Like you can smell, feel, hear, like everything, no matter what, right? Like
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
for me, it's uncommon to have a
Yeah.
dream where I'm just like seeing shit, and I know for a lot of people, like that's normal.
Uh,
But for me, it's a full-on experience. I mean, I once had a wet
okay.
dream where that woman had not cleaned properly. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we want to keep this R7 like rated 17, okay?
fair enough. But it happened. Um, so I guess I'm gonna tell this next dream. And it's a little creepy, and it might bother you, it might weird you out a bit. But
Okay.
I can see
I
the
mean,
future.
try your best.
So I keep having these dreams, and they happen once or 3 times a year. Okay, and they're really creepy dreams. And essentially, they work like this. Um, I I I go to bed, and I close my eyes and open up, and then this deity comes in, this winged deity, and it's like it's time again. And then I get up and I follow it, and it's like, okay, so this is all the stuff you did since the last time I talked to you. Because of the things you did, this is what are the possibility of things in the future. And this winged deity will like show me all these possible things. So like before I met you, when I was like in like Wild Lake High School, before I moved to California for my final years in California, it like introduced me to like everyone I was gonna meet in that school. And then it would tell me like, you're gonna fuck up. Like, this is a fuck up. Don't do that. If you do that, it will end miserably. You have to do this now, and then it would tell me all these bad and good things that I could do, and then on top of that it would
Okay.
run me through so I could see all these different scenarios, and it does that from beginning of my life to death every
Wait,
time.
is it like from the beginning? Wait, always the
Out the
beginning from your
vagina.
life?
Out the vagina.
Okay,
And I see it in third person.
okay.
It is the creepiest thing ever.
How are
And
you not rich by now? It tells the future, right?
Kinda. But it tells me every single possible future. So, like, I can't remember all the stuff. Me and
Okay.
Jeremiah once wrote down some of the stuff, and it's really fucking creepy. But it's a lot to remember. Like, so, like, I'm not, like, super psychic. I don't know what's going to happen. I just remember, like, vague parts of the dream now and again. And then on top of that, I used to have a journal, which my friend would scribe for me every 3 years. And then it even brought up the stalking I went through, the homelessness I went through. And it gets really creepy. Like, there is some psychotic shit.
Could you give me any more examples, like recently?
Okay, like most recently, let's see, what was the most recent thing that happened? I haven't recollected anything since going back to when I went back to Maryland. I knew all the faces of all my coworkers beforehand, and I knew their names, and I suck at names. And I remembered some of the possibilities I had. I remember one that almost would have landed me in jail. I don't want to talk about that one.
Okay.
And yeah, and I still fucked up on one of them because, you know, I let my dad back into my life, which was a terrible decision. But I still have free will in place, so that's what that proves. But yeah.
Okay. So, what happens if you decide not to go down one of the routes that they say, like, you should go down this route? Are they like, well, how about this time? Or are they just, like, pissed at you?
Well, one of them
what goes on?
Okay, so there's two different voices, and depending upon the voice, it changes if it's happy or not. So this creature will shapeshift, which is why I say it's a winged deity. So it changes with me as I move forward. So once I get towards my death, it starts to look like demonic and fucked up. But in the beginning, it looks all happy and peaceful usually. And it has a male voice and it has a female voice. And the male voice is usually pissed off about the changes I made and it didn't want me to. Whereas the female voice is usually happy about it. And, like, I'm not sure which one's evil. I'm not really sure which one's evil. So, you know, there's that. Because it's like you're sitting there with it and it's, like, admiring things that you've done and, like, punishing things you've done. And it's really fucking creepy. Like, it is some scary shit. Like at first it scared the crap out of me. But then by, like, the third time around, it was like, I'm content with this. Okay, this is gonna happen again. Like, I saw you before I met you. I saw you, but it comes in, like, little segments of scenes. So, like, the time we sat out there before I went to 3D, my digital, my graphic design class in high school before I met with Israel, I remember that scene, that picture. And I remember a lot of, like, little fuck-ups where it's like, You need to stop being a bitch. Like, man up. I'm like, fuck you. Actually, that's the only time the female voice was pissed off at me, which is kind of interesting.
I can imagine why. I was there for that.
Yeah, I was a bitch. Anyway,
you lost your testicles that day.
I lost my testicles, like, multiple times because there were, like, exactly 12 times I could have done it before there was, like, no chance. Except for, like,
I remember too.
I think I get, like, two more in the future. Because I did two. Yeah. Wow. So be prepared for that.
You get two more chances.
I get two more chances, and then I get two more chances with two other people. So look forward to that.
So do you want me to bring a microphone? Because I mean, most people don't know what we're talking about.
You have 3 chances. No, it has to be done a certain way now. Because never mind, I'm not gonna go into details on it because I'm not entirely sure if I'm remembering entirely correctly. And I'm looking forward to my next visit so that I can be like, I'm going to fix this right this time.
Hey, do you mind if I tell them, like, a little tidbit about pretty much, like, what we're talking about?
As long as you don't use real names, I'm okay with this.
I mean, I'm pretty solid for not using real names.
I know, I'm the asshole who keeps fucking that up.
No, I'm not saying I kind of am, honestly. No, you're good. I mean, surprise, my name isn't Brad and his name isn't Heian. But if you want it to be, by all means, believe that.
My name is totally spelled Heian. It's Noah.
And you just proved my point.
No, I didn't. I'm dyslexic.
Okay, but anyway, we were both in high school. It's pretty much like, we pretty much, he had this crush, I had my crush, and then we were just like, high school things. We got over that, but, pretty much through it, I was saying like, hey, you should just do it, and he was like, no, I don't want to do it. I'll do it this other day or this other way. And it was like, no.
I'll
And I was
do
like,
it when I'm
okay,
not
if
homeless.
you don't do it within the week, I'm going to get a microphone. I'm going to get a microphone or whatever and then shout it. He was like, fuck you, bread. And I was like, do it then.
Yeah.
Not,
It was
phrasing to that one, but
it was pretty bad. Also, it told
It
me I
was.
fucked up for not asking Israel to walk on the game. But I kind of assumed that, but I also didn't feel comfortable asking, so. Yeah.
By the way, not to be selfish, what happens to us in the future? What happens to me in the future? Do I die anytime soon?
I don't remember much. The next time the one I remember the most of seeing you, which is the one that comes vividly in my head where I'm like when I was in Miss B's class and I looked over you, I was like, I've seen him before. Where have I seen him before? And then I realized later it was me, you and Kevin in this one scene where we're getting out of a car. It's a nice car. And we're all wearing suits. And well, Kevin's taking for fucking ever to get out of the car, which is probably pissing me off. And you just walk over and you're like, are you sure you want to go through with this? And I'm like, I pause for a minute. I look at the building next to me. I look at you. I'm like, yeah, let's go do this thing. And then we walk in. And I'm
is it a chapel? Are you getting married or something?
It's a giant, like skyscraper building. Like, we're somewhere, we're, like, in inner city. Like, we're talking, like, New York or, like, San Francisco. Like, it's a big complex. We're inside this parking lot structure. We're 2 stories above it. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're about to do something like out of the Matrix or the Great Bank Heist or something like that.
Just, like, rob that bitch. No, I'm probably not. But yeah. It's weird. It's creepy. I don't remember all of it because, again, it brings me up to the point where I die. But luckily, I don't live that long, so spoilers alert. Actually, literally, it was like it keeps telling me like ways I can live longer, but it keeps saying, and then the negative voice keeps coming and being like, but you're probably not going to because you fucked up everything else so far. Usually by the point where I get to the point where I'm about to die, like no joke. And then the female voice is like, but look at all the cool experiences he's had, and then I'm like, you know what? Just for you, I'm going to make sure I die at 45 the last time. I looked at him, I said, I'm going to go get a giant foam middle finger suit. I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going to jump off. And right before I die, I'm going to go hug someone. And I'm going to prove that you have no control over me. And then the deity just, like, face bombs. And then the female voice goes to laughing. That was the last, like, big piece I remember. Well, standing over my own
Maybe
casket.
you just... I think you might... Did you just doom yourself to that actual fate?
Maybe. I don't know how.
Maybe that's why they're not talking to you anymore.
They're like, fuck, he actually went through with that. Aw, shit.
Damn, we can't change it. We actually tried to tell him, but we can't change it now.
We can't change it right now. Oh, it has been 5 years, and it used to happen every 3 years.
Okay.
Or at least, well, no. Used to at first it happened every other year.
Okay.
And then it went to 3.
I mean,
like in middle school, like my 5th grade year was when it stopped doing that. And then middle school, I got one then. And then they said they came back in 3 years, but I don't remember them coming back. So they could have, and I could have forgotten.
Okay, next time try to remember that then.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes, well, they might be coming back left and right, and I could just, like, forget it because it's, like, too much information. Did you know, it's a lot of shit. But, yeah.
All right, then. Well, that is going to have to be
5.
the conclusion to... Huh?
Maybe they said 5. I don't know. It was towards the end where they fade out. Anyway, it's a creepy-ass dream. Let me know if
this is the conclusion to the... Oh, yeah, if you have a similar experience to any of our dreams, especially Heian's, leave down in the comment section below, or just post it or hand out send it over to Easy Lions. This is fuck, I should know him more often. I should know it, but I don't know his official email address. I probably shouldn't be handing it out right now, but anyway, that's the end of Contested Chats episode 2. Have a good evening, have a good morning, good night.
Bye.
See ya.